So, hello all. Today we are going to see the various type of comparisons that you have in if-else construct that we have learned already. Okay. There are three type of comparison: numeric, string, and file comparison. Look at the operators that are being used in numeric comparison. Equal to sign, greater than equal to sign, greater than sign, LE for less than, less than equal to, and not equal to. So these are the operators which are used in numeric comparison, and it is the operators that decide that the comparison will be numeric or will be string. In our case, we have seen that because we are using these operators, it will result in numeric comparison. If you will use some other different type of operators that I'll show you in the next slide, that will make the data in the variables to be treated as strings, like this. When you use the operators like equal to, not equal to, less than, greater than, hyphen and hyphen set, this will make the data in these variables to be treated as strings. And when you use these operators, it will make the content of these operators to be treated as numbers. There is another one, that is this, the directives. Hyphen D to check that if it is a directory and it exists. Hyphen E to check if the file exists. Hyphen F to check if it is a file and it exists. Hyphen R to check if the file has a read permission. And this is used to check the size if it is greater than 0. Check the write permission. Check the execute permission. Check if the file is owned by the currently logged in user, or the file is owned by the currently logged in group. To check if the file 1 is newer than the file 2. To check if the file 1 is older than the file 2. So these are the directives that are used in if construct. Okay, let us see some examples how if works with these type of comparisons. Have a look at this example. A simple command enclosed in braces. When we enclose a simple command in braces in line number 5, that means we are going to execute some complex command. Okay, I have told this already. Let us have a look at another example. Here, no. Here, we have a string in which we store a test string, another string in which I store b test string. Then I am comparing string 1 with string 2. Notice few things. First thing to notice here is double quotes, presence of double quotes. Okay, because in the string there is a blank space, there is a blank space. So if your string involves blank space, you should put it in double quotes. Let me pull it up in the Jamboard. Hold on. Okay. Now let's have a look at another example that also involves a string comparison. Another example. Here, I have taken two strings. Earlier I took two strings in the variable, string 1, string 2. Now I am taking again the strings in the variable, but I'm not assigning the strings straight away. I am reading strings from the user. Look at this, how the read works. Read data into str1. But before reading, you give this prompt, enter first string. Read will give this prompt, enter first string. Then whatever string is entered will be stored in str1. Hyphen P means prompt. This is the prompt. Read, give the prompt, and this is the prompt, and this is the string 1 in which the value will be stored. Okay. Similarly, read, give the prompt, this is the prompt, and then the red string will be stored in this variable, and we do the comparison just like we did in the previous script. Okay, let's try to run this script. Here it is. Enter first string. Hello. There. Enter second string. Hello. Here. Well, it says both strings are different, because the match didn't happen. You go to the else and say both strings are different. Let's have a look at another string. Hello. Echo. Is it morning? Please answer yes or no. Whatever response you type will come in time of day. Then you check macro. This square bracket and blank space makes up a macro. That everything is a comparison. Then equal to sign tells you that you're going to do a string comparison. Whatever you have entered from the keyboard, sorry, yes or no, will be compared with by yes. If the comparison is successful, it'll say good morning, otherwise it'll say good afternoon. So let's check how it works. I say, is it morning? I say yes, it says good morning. If I say no, it'll say good afternoon. If I'll say don't know, then also it says good afternoon. Because anyway, the comparison was not successful, so it goes to else part. Okay. Now let's have a look at another example here. Well, this involves else if. This is it. Till now we have seen if part. If test condition, test test. Now test is a keyword here. Just like any other keyword, test is also a keyword. Okay. There is a condition command which will return true or false. If it is true, then the commands will be executed. If this condition is true, then the commands will be executed. Fine. But if this condition is false, then you'll come to else if. ELIF is else if. There is another condition command, another condition. If the first condition is true, the then part will be executed and you'll be out of if here. If the first condition is false, you will execute the second condition. If the second condition is true, then you will execute this portion. If the second condition is false, you will execute this portion. So there is one set of conditions, another set of conditions, a third set of conditions. It will be either of these three set of conditions that will actually execute. Okay. If the first condition is true, then the then commands are executed. If the condition is false, then the ELIF condition is tested. If it is true, this ELIF portion executes. If the second condition is false, then the else command is executed. Else if. I hope you are able to understand this properly. Else if. Let me put it in the Jamboard for you here. Test if command. Fine. Now here what happens is, watch this. This is the new keyword that is being introduced to you. ELIF. It was not there before. New keyword for you. ELIF. Now about this test command. Test is another something new for you. It says, I'll come and tell you, hold on. It is a keyword, a directive. It tells you that you are going to perform test. Okay. Now it works like this. If this condition is true, then these commands will execute. Okay, and if this condition is false, then this condition will be tested. Now, if this condition is true, then the corresponding commands will be executed. If this condition turns out to be false, this second condition, then this portion will execute. This is how this will. Else if means two conditions are involved. Fi means end of if. In C you have opening flower bracket, closing flower bracket to mark beginning and end. Here you have if which starts the if constructs. You have fi which ends the if construct. Okay, if or fi. So let's see how it works. Here it is. You say is it morning? Please answer yes or no. You enter your response in the variable time of day. You compare time of day string comparison with yes macro. If the comparison is successful, you will say good morning. If it is false, then you will check if your else if time of day is no, then you will say good afternoon. Otherwise no bhi nahi hai, yes bhi nahi hai, to else. Sorry, whatever you enter time of day did not recognize, enter yes or no. Let's see. Here I say yes, it says good morning. I say no, it says good afternoon. If I say don't know, last time it said good afternoon, this time it says sorry, don't know, not recognize, enter yes or no. So this is how else if works, isn't it? Simple and straight, right? Well, there is more to it, but I'm out of time, so I'll continue my discussion in the next session, where I'll tell you more about conditions, which will involve if, else if, nested if else, and also the case construct, which is we'll cover in the next session.